Hello, you beautiful bastards, and welcome to my so-called show. No matter where you are in the world, everybody recognises the man responsible for those three words.
Bond. James Bond.
And for over 60 years since Ian Fleming's creation was brought to life on the big screen, the James Bond franchise has continued to smash the box office and thrill audiences due to its adrenaline-pumping action, witty one-liners,
I think you got the point.
hot women, and its dastardly villains. It's a series of films I'll happily watch over and over again, with the odd exception. And this November, I take a look back at the entire back catalogue of the 007 series. And yes, that includes 1968's Casino Royale and Never Say Never Again. So, slutty ladies and not so gentlemen, let's kick off 007 month. We begin 007 month with 1962's Dr. No. Dr. No begins with two agents getting bumped off in Jamaica, so now it's up to James Bond, played by the late great Sean Connery, to head down there and get to the bottom of this mess. And despite being delayed, he eventually makes contact with CIA agent Felix Leiter, played by Jack Lord, and Quowell, played by John Kitzmiller, who then tell him that a man named Dr. No may be the man he's after. But what is Dr. No's plan, and can Bond stop him in time? Dr. No, while still rough around the edges, manages to be a competently made film that, not while the best acted and a little dated in areas, was still a decent start to what would become one of the biggest franchises ever. It's not the bombastic, gadget-laden action flick that would later be a staple of the franchise. In fact, it's more humble and intricate, with Bond being more like a nosy detective. And I still quite like the scenes where he's investigating, even though some of the people he questions give themselves away too quickly.
Have you any idea where he found them?
No, he didn't say.
Crab Key, perhaps?
Definitely not.
Why so say?
Not geologically possible.
Thank you very much indeed, Professor. It's very kind of you to spare me so much of your time.
But there's still some action, the cool quips,
I think they were on their way to a funeral.
the beautiful locations, the dastardly villains, and of course, the hot women. And Ursula Andress does not disappoint, especially after that memorable entrance. And it also does a good job establishing the characters we will soon become familiar with. Bernard Hill is great as the no-nonsense M, and despite his more strict and serious manner, he still comes across as someone who cares for his agents, despite knowing the risks he puts them in. Lois Maxwell brings the charm and wit as the flirtatious Moneypenny, and she and Connery do have some good chemistry.
You never take me to dinner looking like this, James. You never take me to dinner, period.
I would, you know. Only M would have me court-martialed for illegal use of government property.
Flattery'll get you nowhere, but don't stop trying.
Jack Lord brings a laid-back charm to Felix, while John Kitzmiller brings an everyman quality as the superstitious but likeable Quowell. Anthony Dawson is convincingly slimy as Strangways, and I love the line Connery delivers before capping the bastard.
Mr. Smith & Wesson. And you've had your six.
Joseph Wiseman brings the creep factor as the mysterious Dr. No, and even though he doesn't make his appearance till near the end of the movie, he still makes the most of his screen time. And I love this scene with him and Bond. The lack of emotion displayed in his face, his robotic way of speaking, is incredibly chilling to watch. And about the yellow washing, the character is Chinese and German. It makes sense for him to still look white while still being Asian. So stick that on your BuzzFeed rants. And yes, Miss Towell is played by Zena Marshall, who is white, but honestly, I don't fucking care anymore. It's called fucking acting. It's when they change the colour of the real historical people to push some stupid agenda is when it becomes intolerable. Thankfully, it's not the case here, but it's also a great scene that shows Bond is still a good man with a moral compass, despite his more ruthless nature.
World domination, that same old dream. Our asylums are full of people who think they're Napoleon or God.
Bond.
And speaking of which, Sean Connery kills it as the suave womanizing spy. From the moment he shows his face, he had already established himself as an absolute legend. And Connery gets every aspect right about the character. The class, the charm, the sophistication, the toughness, and the wit.
Sergeant, make sure he doesn't get away.
And the film does a great job establishing who he is straight away without spelling it out. For example, in his first briefing with M, he's ordered to replace his old Beretta with a new Wolff PPK, and despite his reluctance, he obeys his orders, while also getting caught trying to sneak off with the Beretta. It shows he's a stubborn git stuck in his ways, but still respects M's judgment, but also showing he's not afraid to bend the rules from time to time or question his superior. Or when he arrives in Jamaica, and he immediately suspects his driver of being a Mormon.
By the way, have you sent a car to meet me?
Car? I didn't think you wanted an official reception.
Quite right. 1 o'clock then. Forgive me if I'm a few minutes late.
It shows this guy has been playing the game for a long time. Or when he's invited to Miss Towers' place knowing she's also a Mormon. And after giving her a good shag, he calls his buddies to come down to arrest her, under the pretense of booking a restaurant to take her out to. And how does he kill off time before they arrive? Fucking shags her again. The man is an absolute bastard, and I love him the more for it. And Connery, despite being a working-class Scotsman who was deemed too rough-looking to even be considered to play the role of a sophisticated English gent, pulled it off. He's the original and still the best. He has great chemistry with Lee, Maxwell Lord and Kitzmiller. While the look and the script have a certain style that feels old school yet timeless, the film still has its faults. The impossibly stunning Ursula Andress is pretty flat as Honey Rider, and while she's not terrible, she's just one of the lesser interesting Bond girls, but still, she is hot. And despite the awesome explosive Bond theme at the start, the rest of the music score is generic. But it's a more humble start to something that would bloom into something beautiful. It has its misses, but just like a second bullet to Strangway's ass. Ow! This first Bond adventure kills it. And that was Dr. No. Next up, from Russia with love.